Hello everyone, welcome. As you can see from the screen behind us, this is a big one. This is the Solak developer Q&A. Joining me to my right, Mod Ramen, and to my left, Mod Osborne.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Pretty splendid, I think. Yeah, I'm good.
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm actually great.
You've got a busy week.
Yeah, I've had a pretty busy week. Yeah.
Go on, enlighten us all.
Oh, sure. Okay. So, unfortunately, much
Unfortunately,
because let me finish. Hold on. I'm not here for Solak's release, unfortunately. So I'm going to miss this Solak's release as a result of that. But the reason for that, for the best reason, no offense, Ramen, is because I get to get married on Friday.
Amazing.
So I cannot wait.
Congrats, buddy.
Can't wait. So yeah.
So we're going to replace Shawnee's birthday with
what?
Well, I know your anniversary, I guess.
Wedding anniversary.
Yeah, indeed.
I know.
Anniversary. There you go. Anniversary. Thanks, Shed. Shed is our background audience today, it seems. All right. So, as mentioned, has been bigged up many a time. Solak is going to be this brutal boss, but not only for duo as well as your 7-man. No, it's kind of
group mode.
Group mode. Sorry. Okay. As an overview, let's kind of get into this from the beginning. Like, why Solak? Creation-wise, when did it start? How's it kind of led up to this?
It started on the 13th of April 2017.
So almost a year plus then.
A year and 2 months.
There you go.
Obviously, I was off the back of AOD, and I was like,
yeah,
wicked. I wasn't I think I was a content developer.
Correct, you were.
I was just transitioning into being a content developer, and I'd come off of AOD, and I was like hyped. I was enjoying making bosses, coming up with mechanics design. So I sat down at my desk. I was like, I'm going to do another group boss. Put out a big PVM survey about group sizes and feedback on the AOD and the other group bosses we had. So we kind of had a concept, didn't really have a theme. Sat down and Mod Clumsy, and I initially went over to you, and because the ambassador was still kind of floating, I went over. I was like, I'm going to do it. It's my tap time, right? But then went over to the character artist, and we kind of sort of batted ideas across to each other. And because it was not an actual project, because it was tap, we could go whatever direction we wanted with it. By no means did it just replace the ambassador, like people seem to believe, because it says on the RuneScape wiki. Yeah. It was just where we wanted to go with our personal time and our personal project. So it kind of picked up steam from there, but tap being once every 2 weeks, and obviously then being a dev and having to juggle, having to do actual core dev work. Some tap days we didn't get to do it, and then it kind of drifted off, and it just sat there.
Because some people will look at that April start date and think,
and be like,
a year and a bit, what's going on?
But realistically, Solak started proper full development
probably November last year.
We had the sort of prototype stuff there, but if we're talking about proper development where we had animations, we had character, it started off 1st of Jan.
Okay.
First day we got back this year was when it properly started.
Awesome. So that's kind of an overview of Solak. Nice, very nicely done. Kind of an overview of Solak, where it came from. Now, before we kind of dive in, kind of want to just run through a couple of things as notices. As a heads up, the summer special is live right now. You can type !summer special in the chat, and that will provide you the information how to get there. About an hour ago, we released the RuneFest tickets. They're now on sale, and I can tell you that half of the early bird tickets have sold out right now, so they're going very quickly. JD is going to pop a link in the chat for you on that one. The LootScape for this week is the Nature's Balance Sword from Game Jam, which is an offhand cosmetic override, as well as Daily Parcel from Passes from the Hedges. So this is the first time from LootScape that we're bringing in Passes from the Hedges. So I think
it's a certain size up, isn't it?
I'm not sure on the scaling. JD, I imagine, will be able to help me out with that one. But either way.
No one told me, so I haven't got my Twitch account logged in.
Well, I knew, but I didn't have it logged in, so I'm great at this. And also, there's going to be a chance to win some of these pins here, which are from AngelScape. So you can stay tuned throughout the stream. We'll tell you more on that one. Oh, yeah, thanks, Mod Osborne. You can see them.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, let's get the camera on Mod Osborne, and then we can have a look at them. They're really, really awesome. I believe you can.
There's no camera on me.
There we go. They've got a camera on them. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, that light's turned around, but they're very nice. They're amazing.
Can we have like
RuneScape.
Can we have like a marketing / promotion section on stream all the time with you now?
Well, we always go for Mod Ollie or Mod Luna on the front page with like, you know.
I think we're missing a trick.
Yeah, I really think that I've got a model in me. Anyway.
All right. So, and also because we're just running all kinds of things, you can also rent a gaming laptop, and you can check out RuneScape.com on the news post for that one, or check out our Facebook page for more information. JD again, I imagine we'll put that in the chat for you.
Sorry, what are we talking about at the moment?
The laptop.
Laptop, yes.
Yeah. As you can tell, there's a lot going on in the background here. Before we jump into Solak, you know, everything else, we want to go through, of course, the builder backlog survey, but also the patch note week that we had just prior to.
A little bit on summer special as well, if we can. I can steal some time on it.
Of course. So just as a heads up, if you haven't taken part in this week's update, here's some of the highlights for it. We've upgraded the lodestones graphically. So obviously showcased them on the teasers on Friday, which they looked really great. So pretty awesome to have them in game. We addressed C4TAA. Raman, am I okay to come to you about that very quickly, about C4TAA?
Yeah.
Essentially what we did in that regard.
So we patched C, continuous 4-tick auto-attacking, with, obviously, we left 4-tick auto-attacking. We are very actually happy with the response. We thought it would be super negative, but there really wasn't that much. Obviously, there was some people that were like, you know, you've taken my toy away, like, I can't really function without it, but you have 4-tick auto attacking. You can still, you know, spell weave or whatever you'd like to call it. But like realistically, we know we still got a bit more work to do on it. It's not a done thing. We've not just taken it away and been like, cool, like they'll get over it.
And we're coming off the back of that to put a replacement for continuous 4-tick auto attacking into the builder backlog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
something
that would give us some.
Don't want to be taking things away and not giving you in return.
I do want to mention though, as a promise though, we did say we wanted to get something out before Solak. We have done that prior to Solak's release, which is obviously a big win for us in that regard. So I'm pretty happy with the fact that we managed to deliver on that in that sense. So a good retiming as well for Solak's release, obviously next week.
No, none of this MageScape action.
As a couple of other notes as well, you can right-click you can configure divination rifts to now take your option whenever you wish. So if you want them to constantly use enhanced experience, it'll do that on the click. Nice wave to the chat, by the way. It's, by the way, just to mention, I don't know if you two know this. This is using what we call low latency, which means the stream is about as live as can be now.
Oh, really? So there's no 10-second delay.
It's about 2 or 3 seconds. If that.
Wow. Okay.
So it's pretty fast now. So just be aware of that. Tears of Gut Fix, obviously we had an update for that from the ninjas as well, which essentially makes it a lot better to interact with and is less punishing instead of having the streams move so much in that regard and trolling you, basically. And also waterfall fishing teleport as well. So that is kind of a nutshell of some of the stuff from the patch week this week. Obviously somewhat quieter because we're getting ready for big release at the end of the month of Solak.
Is Iron End Intercept in this week?
I don't think so. I don't know, but we can.
All right, we'll chase that out when we get upstairs.
Oh, is that
your plan? Is that your plan to get it in for Solak? Release? Nice.
I'm not saying it's needed, but it's a nice to have.
No, great. That'd be awesome. The nutshells. Am I saying nutshell again? Oh God. Yes, Modiago.
We're out the meme.
Modiago said it's in, so there we go.
I wonder if they properly photoshopped you into the nutshell now. So disappointing.
All right, so we've got a couple of topics we want to address, and then we can get into the nitty gritty with Solak. With so much to go through, as you can imagine. So let's jump into it. What are our plans for parcels from the hedge?
Oh yeah, I think it's gone really well. I think I love opening it up each day and seeing what I've got.
Fantastic.
Yeah, telling to I've got Barra's brother.
I got into that. I got Verak. I was well happy.
Yep. I got Durak. So so there's certain parts of it that I really like. I think it's done very well. But we're going to do it, or something akin to it in the future. We're going to do it more, but we'll probably work on a few things. I don't think it's as generous as it could be. So that's one thing that we're going to look for in the future. And I also think that it's probably a little bit more irritating, I guess. Trying to find the right word.
Like some aspects of it obviously it was a quick thing, but some aspects of it we can tweak and work to make it feel better, and eventually we'll reach a point where this system works nicely.
Yeah, absolutely, because we know we're going to do it again. We know we want to.
Okay.
So things like the stacking in banks and that will be improved.
Right, okay. Let's go on to Summer Special. You said you wanted to quickly address a couple of things from that. So we released Summer Special news post yesterday alongside the game update. People have brought up about how we are bringing back stuff from Premier Club, and i.e., for example, saying, why are we bringing back exclusives from Premier Club?
Yeah, because we use that language and everything like that. So I had a chat to the live events team today. So I've got Leviathan team. That sounds so cool. Anyway, so I have an answer. But yeah, the 6 for 5 package, think of that as a half-year Premier Club. It's priced like a half-year Premier Club, particularly if you get it now. It really is lasting as long as the half-year Premier Club. It's kind of a catch-up. If you missed it at the start of year, this is your chance to get on it.
Right.
So that's how it was intended. It wasn't quite branded in that way. We lost a little bit of that. But there, you still lose a fair bit. So if you're a loyal player who bought it at the start of the year and you're buying it now, you still have the benefit of the aura, more keys, more visits to the vault, loyalty points, etc.
Oh, there's no loyalty points.
No loyalty points.
I'll jump in on you there, because I was about to bring that up, because obviously we mentioned Premier Club, but do we know why loyalty points weren't included with that?
What,
with the 6 for 5?
That was kept as a kind of a year Premier Club benefit.
Right, okay.
That's what I was trying to say, sorry. This is the benefit above and beyond the half-year Premier Club, which is kind of how we wanted to pitch it, but didn't quite come across.
Okay.
So that's mainly what I wanted to say. There's also, some people have pointed out, like, you've got a 3 for 2, then why are you doing a 6 for 5? The maths doesn't work. Again, think of them as two separate things. What we've got is a Summer Special and a half-year Premier Club. They're two very different things. So if you're looking for, Summer Special is the usual 3 for 2,
whereas the value in 6 for 5 comes with the additional bonuses.
The additional bonuses, and because that is the half the price because it's 6 months of the initial Premier Club. Cool. So that's what live events gave me. So there we go.
Sure. Right, let's come to build a backlog. So we had 3 main questions. One of them related to Game Jam. What do you want us to work on and prioritise?
Yes.
Excuse me. Second one on small updates. Third one on large updates.
Well remembered. Yeah.
Is it actually that?
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
On. Well done.
So no, not in a nutshell. In a summary. In
conclusion.
Oh, great. Get it off the screen. In summary, how do you think it's going? And, how can you sum up how it's going so far? Any surprises, I guess?
Oh, surprises. Yeah, we were talking this over because you're always surprised that I'm surprised. I think we need to... No faces. Like, for example, I'm trying to think of what really kind of took me aback.
Let's talk about the quests on the large options. Any of them that surprised you in particular?
Dragon King came out so much higher than Zaltak. Those are 2 storylines that we're kind of really interested in progressing, but there's a sense of like, which one do we go for first, if we were to? And also we threw in a lot of 6th age interpretations of 5th age stuff. So storylines you might think have finished, like Vampires, Fremennik, Zenaris. I think that was the biggest surprise. Zenaris is actually higher than Vampires, which
really
surprised me. I think it's because people haven't felt like they've explored Zenaris.
Well, we haven't had a Zenaris quest in a while. Well. We haven't really had anything new for Zenaris stages as well.
I mean, it was a finished trilogy, wasn't it? So from a story perspective, our staff were like, well, that's done. We've got so many other stories to continue. But like, I think the opportunity space, like cows and windmills, mushrooms, centaurs. There's a lot of good stuff there.
Like if you look at it in the timeline, like we had the last vampire quest we had was 2016. Zenaris we haven't had.
So relatively recently.
Yeah. So Zenaris we haven't had in many years.
Fairy Tail 3 must be getting on for like 7 years.
Yeah, 2011 I think. Yeah. Maybe.
No. Oh, actually, maybe 2011. I forget Fairy Tail Part 3.
Oh, that's it.
In hate.
Suti will
I'll be honest. The best thing is now is like in the time since we had, I think, a lore stream a while back. Like, I've been able to get my quest cape since. I kind of understand some of it now.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I'm glad that I kind of get that now instead of me just looking at you like, yeah.
You can talk now.
When we look at the backlog, it's just some of the options. I feel like sometimes we need to kind of clarify what this backlog is for. So this isn't a, oh my God, if like we're doing all of these, like how is this going to work in this sense?
Yeah, are you talking about builder backlog in particular?
Yeah. So how does this poll work in clarity?
So builder backlog is unreservedly, uneditedly, that's a terrible word, in an unedited fashion, virtually everything that has gone onto our backlog from staff ideas, player ideas, kind of various areas. We've kind of pulled it all together into a survey so that we can just generally see what sticks. And I think that's kind of, having put out the builder backlog, I think it's just highlighted the difference in how players see the builder backlog and how we do. And I think I'd like to bring those two together because it's causing a lot of issues. But generally, what we see it as is we're throwing a lot of crap up against the wall to see what sticks effectively. You know, we want to see if people pull up at different options. If something comes up higher than we thought, then we start exploring that. If lots of people are talking about individual options, then we'll start doing that. And we kind of, each of those poll options is a wrapped up update. Like it's got so many different factors involved in it, different stories, different characters, different rewards that it could involve, because we're trying to sell it to you. And if people like little bits of it, then that's for the next stage. And so builder backlog is the first stage. The next stage, as you've seen with Master Skill Cape perks, is when then take it on, and then the team starts polling or surveying or talking to the community, that kind of thing.
How often do we see ourselves doing these? Is it definitely every month? Because we had one in April, we had one in May.
Yeah, we tend to add a good 20 or 30 things every month to our backlog. So by all accounts, we should be able to do this every month. Maybe we have certain themes, like we're talking about Halloween at the moment. So it might be next month that we just put all the concepts that we could do for Halloween, throw them out there and just see what sticks. Yeah, so I don't see why not, but can't promise it, obviously.
Awesome. Right, I'm going to come over to a certain option that obviously got a lot of discussion.
Yes.
Which is the option of moving max skill to Grand Exchange.
Yeah, I don't often create memes, so yeah.
You don't often create memes?
No. Absolutely dominated the front page of Reddit, so I do apologise, I think, for this. So the problem with this option... This is
all yours, by the way.
So the option we put in there was extra max guild benefits and also, hey, a relocation to the GE. Now, a lot of people like the first bit, but absolutely very much against the second bit. We're seeing that more and more in feedback. So what the hell do you do with that as an option? So we are definitely going to repoll it. I think like the answers or the results are so polluted that we can't just take that. So we're going to repoll it in next month's builder backlog. But ultimately, it kind of did what, from a Jagex perspective, we wanted, which was highlight, we've got people who were talking, and actually they didn't like that part, but they did like that part, so we can rewrap it and do it again. Like actually, if you look at every single option in that poll and you look at the blog, there are multiple factors baked into it. So it could have been another option that caused some problems, but this was the one. So yeah, I think that what we'll do in the future is when there are things like that feel like two separate ideas, and it does feel like they're two separate ideas, we'll put them in two separate options. So we're going to do that in the future. But yeah, that's created memes of like, the Max Guild flying over the GE, a fantastic one with the wagon and carts. So we've actually gone in game and done the Max Guild being moved into the GE, so we can show that now.
Well, I can't wait for the chat for this one.
There we go, so it's already done. So I know you said you didn't want it, but you're getting it anyway. There it is. It's beautiful. I think it really ties the room together. Adds a little bit of height, the Grand Exchange. This was another option, so we thought, actually, why don't we make it ultra convenient and bring the Max Guild into the Tower of Voices? Thank you to Mod Rouge for putting these together.
Mod Alex.
And Mod Alex, sorry, Mod Alex. And hey, we also want to
Pharaoh's finally got his own Max Guild.
This is the only thing, we want more people to go to Menethos. Obviously, we're improving reputation across the board.
Disclaimer, please just be aware, like for anyone who literally takes that at face value, please don't.
Look at this face. It is going in game. You can't stop it.
Oh,
no,
boy.
We're going to poll. So what we're going to poll is Max Guild improvements. We're not going to poll moving to the GE. And if you want to know why we were talking about moving it to the GE, it was just for distribution of players. Like lots of people in Elf City.
It's like trying to keep people in one area.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like, we wanted to spread it out rather than having it all in one place. And that might be quite convenient for people. This was an idea that should have been shot down and was shut down.
So obviously, just one last thing, and then we'll go on to Solak. So that max skill question, why are we asking everyone who, let's say, everyone can answer this, and it's not just a max.
So it's a really knotty one, this. Like, if you're a player voting in this poll, you don't know that we can actually split out all of the results based on people who've got max. So actually, it's not necessarily important for us to have a separate question that's ring-fenced only so max people can answer it, because we can split that out from the results itself. But as a player, you sit there and think, what Jagex doing? Jamflex, I hate you, all of that stuff.
What? Right, sorry.
What was that?
Right, who am I going to kill over there right now? Because
Was that a nutshell?
they're literally...
Oh, amazing.
What is this? Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, so...
Stop. Get that. Seriously, guys.
It's whether or not it's you behind a nutshell. It's whether or not we just reassure players that we do actually, that we are splitting it out. We might do that, but then it enters the knotty question. People who are approaching max, we should really be asking them too. So we can do something there. Sorry, this completely derailed.
It's not going to be a normal stream if we didn't have some sort of like Shawnee banter in that regard, would it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is nuts. Right, Solak. Let's jump onto this. Right, this is where, by the way, guys, in all seriousness, Solak. let's make it a big deal, yeah? All right, so I just want to point out this is a very important thing to keep in mind here. For this section, we are taking as many questions from the chat as we can. If there's anything we want to know, just at RuneScape, which is our Twitch account, in the chat, and it'll highlight to us, and we'll try and grab what we can and gather them. And as myself and Raman are talking, we're going to start with a bit of a recap of Solak with a bit more basic information just to get you going. So, from a type of player perspective, PBM-wise, what is this boss? Who is this boss for?
It's the next group boss. It's like the next thing to kind of figure out with your friends, throw yourselves at, and make some money. You've got Virago, who has its little Vitalis. You've got so people still go there for that, and Insane Final Boss, Hard Mode, Duo. Then you've got AOD, and people are still going there to farm codexes. So people will go to Solak and be like, let's figure it out. Let's find the best way of killing it. Let's make some money from it.
Awesome. Requirements to go in?
No requirements.
No requirements whatsoever.
No requirements.
What do we recommend? What would you recommend?
I would recommend having a good group of friends.
Yes.
You always throw out the whole combat level, but realistically, combat level doesn't really matter. You've just got to be familiar with your abilities, know how to move, know how to react to certain things. Coordination, team coordination is the biggest tip. You need to be able to coordinate with your players, with your team, or with your partner. Say you're in duo mode.
Excuse me. From a ETA of how long the fight would take, what are we looking at here?
I'm saying 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes per instance, per battle.
For the first couple of kills in the first week, and then people will eventually figure out when to sunshine, when to do certain things, and then you just got to look at Virago.
Yeah, of course.
8 minutes, 7 minutes, and then I think obviously Virago has an element of time locking. So,
can you give us an example of some rewards we can expect in this project? I'll leave that to you to decide what you want to reveal.
Obviously, we've talked about the headliners, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
We've spoken about the crossbows. There are other bits. They're not by any means mind-blowing. I don't ever think that we should release something and just spaff a load of rewards out. Or, wrong word. Give a load of rewards out. You go there, you've got your crossbows, and you have you've got your other drops like AOD. You've got the 4 cosmetics, which are extra drops on top. But your main drops are your codex and your wand and your orb. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll ever go back to the model of where we release a boss and he go, cool, here's your tier 92 melee 2-hander, mage 2-hander, range 2-hander. We can easily spread out that between 3 awesome pieces of content, and that's what we did. That's what the steps we took last year. We released the wand and orb with AOD. We released the Koshefs with Metaphos, and then what's the other one? The crossbows with Solak, obviously. My bad.
I was like,
how did we release the crossbows last year? Kosef, I don't know how to say it.
I think it's important to mention, because I don't think we've actually talked about this on stream, about the crossbows, but They can be dyed, is that correct?
Yeah, on release.
Which is awesome. I mean, that's very exciting for that reason.
It was super late, but you know, Moriago wanted the project to feel absolutely complete, and he put in the work. So, you know, we're getting awesome to you guys.
That's great. When we look at this project, on a personal note, what was the most challenging part of it for you?
Taking what I had learned from Angel of Death and applying that to this, making sure it's fun. There are a lot of challenges. And I'm going to be referring back to AOD because AOD was the first group boss, and obviously they're very comparable. AOD, Nex was never my character. Nex was obviously Chris's character, Mod Chrisel. So I was working with a character that already had a story, a backstory. I was just building on top of it. Like, Nex is an absolutely awesome character. But with the Lost Grove, Solak, Marithel, all the characters you come across, it's all stuff that's come out of my mind, and I've had ideas sitting there for a while, and actually having to piece things together, go over to Mod Crow. I don't really talk.
Mod Raven.
Mod
Raven. That's
Mod Crow is ex-Mod Crow, unfortunately. Yes.
Mod Raven, and you know, spark him this story ideas, and then we bounced off each other, and it was like everything just built together. So building a proper narrative, and not just releasing something that hits and does damage. Like building story behind it was probably the most challenging thing.
Just as a note, first group boss, he means, by that, Rama means that AOD was his first group boss before everyone in the chat's going. AOD was not the first group boss. Just a heads up for you guys there. Right, pick up some questions from the chat. Let's talk about pet. There's a pet, presumably, boss pet.
Yes.
Drop rate and threshold.
Currently it's, do I want to say this?
We have to.
Currently it is 1 in 1,400.
1 in 1.4, yep.
And I want to say the threshold is, I can't say the threshold off the top of my head.
Moriago, you're in the chat. Feel free to pop that in if you were still listening to the stream.
I think it's similar to Telos.
Okay, cool.
Telos was, because it's tier 92,
Telos
tier
is
92, and
yeah, I think Telos uses 600. I think threshold.
I think it's 700 or something. I'm not sure though. Like I don't like it's tweakable. It's tweakable.
All right, awesome. Let's talk about 1 in 1.2 with a 500 threshold. There we go. Let's talk about Reaper. We know Reaper's like, you know, there's always this topic. Let's just clarify a couple of things. The Reaper to get comp is still in for Tuesday's update, correct?
Yes, you will have to defeat Solak if you would like your comp kit back.
Okay, and obviously, you know, if you're not the greatest at PBM, you can still. This is why you rely on your group in that sense to get you there.
Eventually, teams will get to the point where they're like, "Cool, we can do it with 6 people. Let's tag along.
Let's get a learner in.
Tag a friend in."
Yeah.
But if you think it's going to be that easy, like Yakamaru hitting up a dummy and just smacking it in the corner, you're wrong. Like. The person you're bringing with you is going to have to think on their feet. Like there's.
So they play just as an important role then. Okay.
If they mess up, they're going to mess you up. And
oof. Comp trim and MQC.
Nothing. No.
Nothing at all for obviously comp Reaper.
Comp is Reaper.
But nothing for trim and MQC.
No.
Wow. Okay. I
was to get 1,000 kills in Solak.
Oh no, I was thinking. I'm surprised there's no MQC on a personal note. Lore-wise, I think there's.
Lore-wise, the laws. I want to spark new stories. I don't want to have to, like, you have to kill the boss to get a thing. Like, all the information about the lore, go click on the stone in the grove, go talk to Marithel, you can learn about her siblings, Erifdor, Fahadin or something, Sildor. Like, all the lore is accessible, so if you want to read any of it, just go knock yourselves out.
Doing a great job with these questions, JD, thank you.
You have no idea how far.
Are all combat styles viable?
Yes.
All of them, so you can just take whatever you wish.
Obviously, we've always had the issue of melee's an issue. You have to be in melee distance, or unless you have a scythe a couple squares away. Tried to think about this as much as I can. I've incorporated range and mage. They're fine. Like you have your movement. You can hit from a distance, and you have your things like your sunshine and your death swiftness, or your meta. Whereas melee, we've always had an issue where if they go out of the fight, they have to run there, and then they have to run in. But we've got Bladed Dive now. So on a couple of the mechanics, if you successfully do it, I reset Bladed Dive. So then people who want to go melee can get straight back in the thick of things. Obviously, they have to put some effort in. They don't just cool mechanic done, and Solak's like, cool, come back, drag you in. You've got to.
How long do you think it'll take to get the first kill?
So, Mod Shogun and I were discussing this, and I discussed it with Modiago as well. I don't think people are going to get a kill on the first day.
I reckon 6 hours. I do. I think 6 hours is a sweet spot. But I mean, it takes time, right? I think Yaka took 10 hours. I think I might be wrong there. I think
if it's first day, I think that would be a record, wouldn't it? Sorry, if it's longer than a day.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to be 24 hours.
Oh, right.
I'm like, so when it ticks over to midnight, I'll be like, okay, got it.
But I like the pie bet you made with AOD.
I'm never making that bet again. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. Actually, while we're talking about first kills, first time broadcasts.
Yes.
Is that for all groups? Is that duo?
For duo mode, there'll be a first time broadcast, and there'll be a first time broadcast for group.
And I presume for Iron Man as well. No Iron Man.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Iron Men have got to the point now. The top tier Iron Men have got to the point where they have all the gear that top people have, so they should be able to compete for that first kill.
Okay. Cool. I presume there's no first time for drops.
No, there's no
cool.
first for drops.
All right. Awesome. Oh man, there's so many questions flying in. Is Solak going to have 2 different kill counters because of duo and group?
No, they will all count towards the same.
So duo counts as one normal kill.
They do have separate kill timers. So.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep. That's cool.
If you will be able to quick chat it, and it will be like, cool. This is my duo time. This is my.
Nice. I love that. Obviously, people are saying stuff like drop rate of the crossbows. I presume we're not going to talk about that. Not on release anyway. How does duo mode differ from group boss?
So the mechanics are all the same. It will feel very similar. Obviously, you're going to have to adapt to some mechanics that were built for the group mode. So it's worth saying that Solak was built as a group boss, and the duo mode came in at a later date. We adapted things. We adapted numbers. It should feel mostly similar, but the way you play, you'll have a lot more responsibility with you and your partner. You're going to have to rely on your partner a lot more.
Is it mechanically different? Are there different attacks or waves?
It's not mechanically different.
Right.
So
just balanced differently.
Yeah, just balanced differently.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And with different roles that.
Yeah, there's some tweaks here and there for how long a certain amount of something takes, or.
Okay.
But yeah.
When we're looking at a drop table for Solak, on a generic table, as in your common rewards, so to speak.
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
That. Qualms.
Just okay. So
Just your general, your mishmash, really. You know.
Love that.
The exciting thing about the thing I'm pumped about the most with this update is the way I've done the drop system.
Go on.
So the drop system, I didn't want to do anything that like AOD where it's super complicated. You get tank points. You have a tank drop. You've got your DPS table. Then you have your participation table or whatever it was. With Solak, obviously he's capped at 7 people. So when you start the fight and you do some damage to Solak, you're logged in something called a hero channel. Mm-hmm. If you die in that fight, so let's say the 3 of us go to Solak and you 2 die, as you'd expect.
Yeah. Cheers.
This
And I
guy's
managed.
got Warden, by the way.
Yeah, he does. If you 2 were to die,
Yep.
and I got the kill, you 2 get loot. So you just go talk to Marathon outside and be like, "Yep, cool. As long as you stay logged in and you're on the same world."
Right.
Yep.
So, and if you're in the fight, you're able to. I'm not going to say what happens, but you're able to claim your loot, and so you have your main role, which you either get a rare or you get, qualms. And then we've got a secondary role that happens on everyone. So you can roll for 2 other unique items coming out with this. You can roll for an effigy, you can roll for a Triskelion key, you can roll for a clue scroll. So if all the stars align, you can get a crossbow, you can get a effigy, you could get a clue scroll.
7 loot bins just coming out.
Good grief! Wow.
So like bringing back them items that used to be on bosses and used to be a secondary role. kind of
That's nice.
bringing it
So
back.
create moments where some people are going to be ultra lucky.
And obviously we have the local broadcast.
I love this.
System.
Absolutely love this.
So you'll be able to quickly distinguish if someone's got a drop. We're trying it with Solak. If it works, kind of move it across to all the bosses.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So in a summary, it basically goes, Ramen has received,
Blah blah blah.
Baba Bomb has received, and you can literally see straight away instead of relying on loot share and so
I
on.
brought an item color tiering to it.
Love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It looks wicked. I'm happy with it.
Awesome. So there you go. So for anyone who gets their Solak kills, everyone will be able to see what everyone gets straight away. So you can talk about if someone gets a really crappy drop compared to someone getting a crossbow, for example. So you can have a lot of fun with that. So keep saying in the chat, death touch darts, I presume, in a no-go here.
Yeah, no, they work.
Yeah, they work. I don't believe you.
Straight up.
No way.
No, they don't.
There we go.
Nah, and they probably won't work for the foreseeable future.
Cool. Can you poison Solak?
Yes,
You can poison them.
I believe so.
You believe so?
I do.
Okay, cool. Music tracks?
Yeah, there's some epic music tracks.
Oh, so that does mean there is a comp rec for them as well, because of all music tracks? Or are they just...
As I didn't plug in the music tracks, that was audio and the Argo. You'd have to refer to him.
Modiago, good
But
sir.
they are unlockable music tracks, so yes.
Okay, cool.
But you have to get a kill for Comp Cape anyway, so
Yeah, that's fair. I look forward to that.
yes, he said. Yes.
Yes, there you go. Does Solak have any time-locked phases/parts?
Yes and no, you can speed things up if you're good with your DPS.
Okay.
But we are aware of time locking phases. That is something that's always, after Virago, it's always been aware of. So Iago and I have already sat down this morning, said we'll monitor it. If the DPS isn't forcing it enough, then we'll make tweaks. That's the thing with bosses. It's not going to go out and it's not going to be absolutely perfect because we've been playtesting for weeks now. And it's the same group doing the same.
It'll be perfect from a bug perspective. Well, we'll do is
let's hope.
we've had a lot of polish for it.
Yeah, we've had a fair amount of polish for it, but things do go wrong. Some numbers will be a little bit off, and they will need to be tweaked. So just bear that in mind. You've got your 10 players that have been doing it in house for weeks, and then you give it to the players, and you've got rinsing, absolutely going ham. Kill after kill after kill. So you're going to come across some things that we haven't caught. Just be mindful, be respectful to QA. They've done a fantastic job on the stuff they found. That's the thing you never really get to see. You don't get to see the stuff they do find. You see one player facing bug and you go basically.
Oh, God.
So just be respectful.
Cue the chat on that one for the re.
Yeah.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
And shout out to Iago
There we
and
go.
everyone who did the playtest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think you guys have absolutely smashed it.
I was testing the latency though.
I see. That was about 3 seconds, I believe. Practice mode. Is there a practice mode for this?
Yes.
There is
There
practice
is.
mode.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I didn't know that.
Don't miss
Cool.
the trick.
Awesome.
Very good.
Love that.
Let's hope it works. No, you can practice mode it. I'm tempted to lock it, but I mean, if you're learning the boss, you may as well learn in the main fight, so you actually get the kill and get the loot.
Fair. Final boss, insane final boss.
Yep.
So no one will have IFB from Monday, basically.
Yep.
So obviously that grind begins. Collection log.
Yep.
Title with that.
Yep.
Are you able to reveal that title?
Guardian of the Grove.
Nice. So prefix or suffix? Before or after the name? After the name. Got it.
Mind blank there. I was like, where do I plug it in as?
All right. We got a lot of questions. Keep them coming, guys. By all
Name of
means,
the pet?
we'll try and. Oh yeah,
Pet, Solly.
Solly.
Sorry.
Nice.
Okay.
And we'll keep the questions going. But in the meantime, actually, I think it's time we go have a little bit of fun. How about that?
Let's walk
So I'm going to throw it over to Mod Osborne because he's just going to cover.
what?
Yeah, because you're going to have to cover for us while we.
Oh, go for it. Why not?
Yeah, we're going to hop over to the gaming PCs and
you would.
we have a competition. Where is this competition? Oh, it's down here. Is it the one in yellow? Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so we also have a competition. I've just been told that is for the keyrings on this table right here. If you just type literally just the word angels, all lowercase in the chat, you'll get entered into a random draw to win these to win these. I can't even find the word. Keyrings. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. You only need to do it once. I know the chat's going to get spammy. You only need to do it once, and then we'll pick up some random winners, and then we'll go from there. But we'll do that afterwards. So, Molos, I'm going to throw it over to you, and then I'll give you some sort of magical signal to say when we're ready to
What,
go.
your wave?
I'll do the wave, yes. We'll do that. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you want me to talk now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm great.
So while they go over to talk about Maokai, but in a nutshell, a lot of people were asking about summoning to 120, why that was in the poll. One of the things that we'd like to do with Build a Backlog is just generally get a temperature of what people are like towards or thinking about towards certain kind of mechanics. So we were looking to do kind of a skill to 120, see what people thought of that. So we've got a good response to that. And also there's been a lot of good feedback about Zaros summoning familiars. How are you doing, Shawnee?
We are good to go, so feel free to pass it over to us.
Oh, okay. And now to Shawnee in the chopper.
All right, so we are here on the PCs, and Raman thought this is like the big reveal of Solak, and I'll leave it to him to kind of just do this. So
here he is.
floor is yours.
Here's his arms.
Yeah.
Here's his other arm.
Yeah.
Here's oh, look at that swing by.
So, you know, this is kind of a lovely tie-in because obviously Lumber's Creative Rework was your game jam project from 2017.
Yeah.
What a wonderful way to do it than just have Solak chilling out in the pool as such. So, just to clarify, this is live right now. We're in the live game.
World
If you
24.
want to come join us, World 24,
Yeah.
and come check out Solak chilling in the
Oh,
pond. And what about...
I should probably set
World
this-
24.
Yeah, set the 0. Yeah.
Yep, yeah. You have to come off the camera and then do it.
Boy.
You might have to set with 0 again now.
Do I?
Yeah, because you're in camera. There you go. What about a little character to your left there as well? Merifel.
How do you?
You can't do it. There you go. No, that's World Select. Oh, he's trembling already. There you go.
Free cam. Right. Cool. Oh, look at that.
That is nice.
Thick.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
There we go.
here's your awesome marathon.
And yes, they're looking at your game chat, FYI, of what you said.
me and Ryan were role playing upstairs. It was quite.
Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Here they come. All right, here's everyone in game. So yeah, feel free to come chill out with us on World 24. Model Osborne, can I get the iPad back, please? I need to keep asking questions. Please don't. Please don't.
We'll get it. Okay.
Please don't. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, this is getting quite busy.
Right, turn all your particles off.
All right. So in the meantime, I thought I'd kind of talk about a bit more of Solak in this regard. So I mean, first of all, it's just great seeing everyone just get involved, just looking at him. A little bit of a surprise for everyone to kind of just let everyone see the model up close on their own clients. But I mean, what are you looking forward to the most come Tuesday?
The progression race, for sure. Like, I really want to see the streamers get out there, like the people who haven't streamed before but might want to might want to stream their progression. Oh, we've lost players. Might want to stream their progression, like jump on it. Like, we're going to be watching I almost swore, a lot of live streams. Just we want to see the progression, because you know it's not going to be like, cool, right, done that bit, done that bit. It's going to be like, cool, wiped there, what did we do wrong, wiped there, what did we do wrong. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited for that. Progression, like,
I'm looking forward to seeing streams and video content as well.
World 24.
This is World 24. I'm looking for, as you mentioned, the progression, but like seeing people who are streaming it. Like we have, you know, RS, I told you, Omids and everything else, you know, all our streamers, you know, everything, just
the
jumping
RS
in
guy, we got
to
a
stream
lot
their
of,
progress, which I can't wait for.
a lot of awesome streamers going.
Oh man, where have you gone?
All right, hold on.
Where have you gone? You've got it on my screen.
Well, we've got a mass amount of players here, so the models. Hold on, let me
I mean, you can
move over as you come.
move backwards a little bit. Maybe go on the mini map and move
All right, I'm
backwards.
gonna screw this up on that. Yeah.
Bit more.
Hold on.
Bit more.
Hold
A
on.
bit more. Oh man. There's so much going on. As per usual, everyone doesn't fail to disappoint in trying to take over and such.
Let's see if I can switch it up into a thinner one.
There you go, yeah. Let's have a look. What's the number one?
Oh, is it number one? Signature.
Yeah, signature. Can we get kill count if we die during the fight? So if you die and your team complete the kill, does that count towards your kill count?
To Sorry, come again?
So if
No.
Well, so if you die but your team finished a kill, it does not count towards kill count. There's actually so many people in here, it's not even rendering you because you're just that epic.
Think, Roman, you can do it. You can do it.
Can you? So basically, if I had a Reaper task, so you can get it on Reaper, correct?
Yep.
If I have a Reaper task and
no, you have to be in the kill to get the Reaper.
There you go. Well, people following, so people can definitely see it. It's just because the game's segmented into, because there's so many people here, it doesn't want to render everyone at once. So
do Blood Pact.
Well, what you could do is you could hop to another world.
yeah, let's split it up. Good idea. All right, I'll hop to 2025 because it's right next to it. All right. So yeah, we'll have 2 Solaks in both worlds because obviously, you know, understandably, people want to check out the model and get very excited. Are we supposed to use fire spells or lumberjack aura? No, you don't have to worry about using lumberjack aura.
No, but buy tinderboxes.
But sorry, what?
Buy tinderboxes. Don't buy tinderboxes.
God.
Disclaimer.
Panic buy and everything else.
Yeah, like this is it. Like he's huge. He's big.
Like, so we obviously was shown through the content showcase there was different variations of Solak the model and how he progressed.
Yeah.
You know, how was that process and how did that all go around in that sense? Like, how has he become this? We kind of talked about it a few months ago, obviously content showcases, but
So we had a couple concepts bounce back and forth, and our character artist, more clumsy, kind of just jumped in to ZBrush and mocked up the original Solak, and then we showed him off at RuneFest, and everyone was like, "It looks like Maokai!" And then from there, we were like, "Fair enough, you know, he's got one big arm. It does look a bit like Maokai, you know.
Yep.
He's made out of wood as well." But from there, we took in the feedback. We said, "All right, fair enough. Let's kind of take what we have and adapt on it," and that's how we got to this guy.
I mean, it looks he looks absolutely terrifying, as like just intimidating. Like he just overpowers everyone on his size. It looks absolutely incredible. Fair play.
He's wicked.
It's such a great great NPC to look at just from anything. We should mention actually in regards to where you can fight him, just in case people aren't aware. Where can you actually access the boss fight from Tuesday's update?
The Lost Grove.
Lost Grove.
So if you haven't ever accessed the Lost Grove, grab a Ring of Dueling, teleport to Castle Wars, run south, then when you get over near the Aki trees, run west, over the bridge, past the Alpines, past the incandescent energies, you'll find a little kind of ruined temple. If you jump into that, that'll take you to the Lost Grove. Talk to Bub. Yeah, talk to Bub. Learn about the Grove, go up and talk to Teely, do the West for the Grove minigame, and try and find your clover pet. And
Boss portal.
Boss portal, yep.
Boss portal works max skilled, awesome. So you can use that as well if you so wish. What auras be needed? I think that's a strong recommendation. Just auras in general, maniacal, your accuracy auras, etc.
We all know penance is the best aura, so take that, right?
Love their prayer. But yeah, I think that's safe to say that you should totally rely on your auras to help you out.
Yeah.
And, I think it'd be a little silly not
Whatever
to.
aura works for you, really. Like, if you want to take, rock splitting or whatever it is, I don't know.
Rock crushing scrimshaw.
Yeah,
let's
Great
go.
Call of the Seas.
So yeah, I think everyone's just more actually in game and just looking at it for fun, which I'm enjoying, if I'm honest.
I mean, we got other cool characters on it. So we got Maratha with a staff. I wonder if they can see that.
Yeah, they'll be able to see that. Cannon? Does cannon work in the instance with Solak?
No, it doesn't.
No cannon. Okay,
No
cool.
cannon.
Will there be feats for Solak?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But we definitely have some feats in mind.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Very much looking forward to that. From a Reaper task requirement, I mean, how many points would you look at for an average? How many average are you going to get assigned if you happen to get Solak? And yeah.
I believe it's around 27. And you're
27?
assigned... No, that's Reaper points.
Oh, right, okay, I was going to say.
I believe it's 2 to 5.
Oh, 2 to 5, okay, cool. I was going to say 27 to kill would be rather interesting. Let me just turn off my...
Yeah, I'm turning that off too.
Go on your transmog, set it to none, and then you'll be able to do it. Yeah, go to the top.
Is it at the top? It's not at the top.
Yeah, it's at the top.
What, none?
Oh, what? None should be there.
Nah, it's...
Oh, it's
like
half exploded. Oh, apologies, my bad. And there we go, you'll be able to do it
What a
now.
handsome character.
We're just going to turn
any
off
other
some settings.
characters?
So, oh yeah, sorry, what the characters?
Yeah, any other questions? Sorry. Any
Oh
other
yeah, that's fine.
questions?
While you do that, sorry, I was a little bit mesmerised by just everyone getting admired for that. It's pretty awesome. Are we able to rejoin fight if we die? I presume that's a no.
Nope.
So yeah, make
You
sure
won't be able to spectate either.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
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 I love the fact you're going to be able to allow people to spectate. I think that's great. That'd be awesome. Okay, so you said yet. That's like this is like post-release stuff. Like, what would you be looking to do for post-release in this regard? Like anything else that stands out? Because this isn't just a release and be done with it. Because by the sounds of it, you still want to add stuff to it.
In regards to the boss?
Oh yeah, the boss.
I'd like to
itself.
add. I'd like to add feats. Feats are definitely obviously achievements if you count them as feats.
A quest?
Yeah, I'd like to do a quest. I'd like to build on the story.
People are wondering what My Girl Wendy is about.
Oh, okay, cool. You want to see My Girl Wendy? All right.
Yeah, so these are Raman's transmogs.
So we've always had, I don't know, back in the like when we did Halloween, and I think it was called Swept Away. We've always had this transmog on the
toolbox.
on the toolbox, but we never had Wendy, right? And Wendy, oh, where's Wendy? My Girl Wendy, man. Have a look. And, like, look at that swagger. And wait till you get the walk, right? Oh, mate. That is My Girl Wendy, and that's So I finally got her on the transmog tool, which I'm super excited about. Probably more excited than having Solak on the transmog tool, but yeah.
Oh dear.
People want that walk animation in game now.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can't get
That's the watershed.
You need to shift click on the minimap if you want to get to like specific spots.
Solak.
And yeah, shift click onto the minimap.
Wendy
Up left.
from Solak.
Just walking on the wall. Wendy, apologies. Oh boy. Someone said, are there any insta-kill mechanics for Solak?
Yes.
There are insta-kill mechanics. Okay. So be aware of that one. Will there be a title for doing all? That's not relevant to Solak. Sorry. Everyone's now talking about the walkover eyes. Look what you've done now.
No, that's mine. They're mine only.
Will you keep track of how much death is claimed on the day of release of Solak? It's a good question.
Yes,
Clever.
we're tracking.
What about kills? Oh, death. Sorry.
Deaths, we're tracking.
And kills, I presume as well.
Yep, kills are
awesome, nice. So fingers crossed. Come next Tuesday, Dev Q&A. You'll have some stats, initial stats maybe, to just go.
Probably won't,
Oh.
it's Bank Holiday Monday, so it'll only be out for...
Yeah, but we'll be able to see the deaths because Raman's done a great job of tracking the deaths. You see,
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's all good.
Can we get the staff? They're asking about Mareffiel's staff.
Marathon staff?
Oh, Marathon
Guess you'll
staff.
have to find out, right?
Yeah, no, you're not going to be able to use insta-kill that, unfortunately, people. So anyone who's trying to cheap out of it like that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen like that. Someone said, show us the new Tier 92 crossbows. We don't have them on the live version of the game. I mean, I could boot something up if you want me to show them, but that's your call. That's fine.
Because I know we'll accidentally tab
Yeah,
the
yeah,
console
that's
and
fair. That's
show
fair.
everyone
That's fair.
else.
That's fair. No spoilers and all that. How difficult would Solak be versus Telos High Enrage? I mean,
Oh, you
you're
really
comparing
can't make
group
the
to solo,
comparison.
can you? Really?
You
There is
really
no
can't.
enrage, though, right? No enrage mechanic whatsoever. There's no enrage at Solak. or
There's
anything
no
like that.
building enrage. There's
Right.
an enrage in the fight. But
Yep.
That's about it.
Someone said, can we do practice mode on launch? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can, but there's no point because you'll be learning. So if you're learning and you actually manage to get a kill, how annoyed would you be?
Yago's just put a picture of the crossbow and a die variant in the Twitch chat, although he forgot to put a
Wicked.
space between the colons. That link's not going to show up properly. Do it again, Yago, so the link works. Comcare. Is the Solak crossbow over to be augmented?
Yes.
Awesome. There you go. Augmented crossbows, naturally. So, in essence, a direct upgrade from the Ascension crossbows from Tier 90E to now Tier 92. Speaking of Tier 92, we're kind of coming to the end of Tier 92 for combat in regards to weapons. So, is armor the next step? Very general question. I understand that.
Yes.
Okay. Just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Just there wasn't like a yes, we're doing it with this. Just a yes.
I mean, we still got we can fill weapon gaps still. You know, you look at KK, you've got the maces, even though longsword's the best.
We've got Elite Dungeons next month.
Yeah.
Elite Dungeons
Elite
obviously
Dungeons.
coming out.
But
So much awesome stuff.
we can make maces and have them have a neat, like Tier 92 maces that have a niche, and then you've got, you know, we've got other things we can explore. Daggers, like maybe they're T92 spear, because people love doing corp, right?
Chat's going so fast, which is obviously hype because everyone's so excited for it.
They look the best.
Are there going to be any cosmetic drops like with chests from AOD?
Guess you'll have to find out.
There you go. Can you stun Solak at all?
Guess you'll have to find out.
Oh god, I need to pick questions. I'm not going to get that answer. What about components of disassembly of the crossbows?
No uniques.
No uniques.
No unique
Okay.
no unique new stuff.
Okay. So the components they disassemble to, is there anything significant?
Probably fungal or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
If you want fungal,
Nature and everything else. We can't show you the attack animation, unfortunately. This is just the model and anims themselves. No attack anim.
Might be able to.
Oh, really? Are you going to try and attack someone?
No. Oof.
No pressure. I'm pretty sure I won't let you attack, but
Oh,
yeah,
because
it's
it's
transmog. Yeah.
fully.
Yes. Let's have a look. Man, this chat's moving so fast. Look at the dwarfs. Does this work with the boss?
Yes.
Yep. There you go. Can the design model for Merifel be used as a base of player character models? I mean, that'd be amazing, but
It's a bigger, we have this wonderful looking character, but it's a lot bigger. Player character rework is a lot bigger than you think. A lot bigger.
What do you need for collections log? Well, all the drops from the boss, whatever they may be. We know crossbows are one of them, so basically get all the drops associated with Solak, and that will give you the title, which is Guardian of the Grove. Is that correct?
Yes.
Just to remind you. Yeah, cool.
Guardian of the Grove.
To try and reflect on Solak will probably be here for a while. I'd highly recommend either watching the stream back right now or just waiting for the inevitable TLDW to come out, and then that'll be trying to summarize it as much as it can. So be aware of that.
As well tomorrow.
And it'll be on YouTube, on our RuneScape YouTube channel as well. So JD and the guys will sort that out. Does Solak have phases similar to AOD?
Yes.
So it's not just one straight up. Okay, there's phases to break it up. Okay, cool. Will there be terrain changes mid-fight similar to Virago/Telos?
You'll have to find out.
Cool. And will Solak still throw you to the canopy? I remember they mentioned that on early teasers.
Somewhat. The fighting in the canopies was more of a general idea. Actually making it work with that tree was a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Because we would need a huge environment. But I guess you'll see on the day. It's cool.
Let's talk about, this might surprise people, voice acting.
Voice
Let's talk about VO. So first of all, one, who are the people associated with the VO for this content? And two, how awesome is it?
It was wicked. So we had, for Solak, we have Doug Cockle, who voiced Geralt of Rivia in the Witcher series.
What a acquirement that is.
Yeah,
honestly, that is awesome.
I shot him a DM a long time ago. I was like, I'm working on this project. Like,
Ramen with
you're
the
interested.
contacts. There you go.
And then I eventually passed it over to a couple of our JMods who, handled it, audio, got it all working. And then for Marathon, we have someone called Viva Siep. I struggle to pronounce her last name, but she was the main actress in a game called Her Story. And she's a musician, absolutely lovely person. Both of them were, lovely to people to work with. So
That's awesome.
it was wicked. It's better than me standing in the shower practicing. You are mine.
It would be great though. I mean, make it an Easter egg.
I'm
Have
no
like a
voice
random ramen voice line appear. That'd be great. All right, so we'll stay on you for about a minute or two, and then go back over to the couch and get ready to wrap up. But what else we got? We'll barricade. Oh yeah, I think it's safe to say defensives. Let's talk about tank versus DPS. How important is having like a tank? It's pretty obvious, but how important is having a tank in regards to Solak?
Well, it's important. You won't have the tank switching effect you found with Durzag
Yep.
and AOD. It's just you are the one tank. I've removed
I love the banning you're doing. It's just emphasizing. This is great.
when Solak hits the tank. There's no if you're in melee distance to the boss, you get melee damage. Like that was something that was with Virago and just felt off But I replace it with something else, so you're still going to take damage.
Someone said, is there a limit to how often you can fight Solak like raids?
No.
Just straight up go in and take them on as much as you want. A Solak drops in a chest or dropped on the ground?
You have to find out.
Do criminal bolts work with the new crossbows?
Yes.
There you go. Oh, looking forward to the criminal combinations with the Tier 92s. That's going to be awesome. Will the crossbow drop in parts or as a whole? That's a good question.
As a whole.
So straight up full drop from the moment it happens?
Straight up full drop, yeah.
Awesome.
I know that's not everyone's preference, but it's the route we took.
This releases on Tuesday. Now, normally our game updates are Monday. You've run into that. Normally game updates are Monday, but next Monday is a bank holiday, so we won't be in the office, so we'll be... nice Effie, Pat. So we'll be releasing on Tuesday. Death Touch Dart won't work. We can't show you the pet in game. It's not in the live game, unfortunately. This is the live environment. Ramen wanted to add the Solak and Marathon models ahead of time because he wanted to kind of show it off to you guys. You can get a little look at it prior to release on Tuesday. Actually, Blight Bolts.
Blight Bolts.
Let's talk about them. They came into the game a little earlier, which I thought was really a nice little cool idea to people in on that. Do they drop with Solak?
No.
They don't drop
They
Solak.
only
Okay.
come from the grove creatures.
Okay, so they still have
This little guy.
Oh, this is. So you've got the pet. Oh, wow. Okay.
I haven't got the pet.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I
right.
wish.
Sorry.
Oh, I've got the pet in game.
Yeah, you got the pet in game. Yeah.
But that's just the transmog.
Okay. Cool.
It's my favourite character from the grove.
Oh, yes, of course. Awesome.
Apart from Marathon, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Does HSR work with Solak drops?
Yes.
There you go. So HSR could double if you get lucky. We talked about drop rates earlier. Again, all of these questions, just to clarify, everyone asking these questions, we've pretty much answered almost as much as we can. Can you vulnerabilities Solak? Can you use vuln on him and entangle and everything else? Yep.
You know, you love it.
Yeah, I love vulnerability. It's my favourite spell in the game. And I'll take one more question, which is, does Solak work as a normal kill on a Creatures from the Lost Grove Slayer task? It does not. No. Okay, so you can do X amount of kills on that. Cool.
Which is an avenue we thought about. You obviously, with Queen Black Dragon and King Black Dragon, they count towards Black Dragon tasks. We opted for now, let's just, leave the Grove Creatures to their own task and let the boss be, a Reaper. And if there's a cry out for him to work as a Slayer task, I don't see why not. But for now, let's just leave it as it is.
You excited?
I'm pumped.
Good.
I'm nervous, but I'm pumped.
Understandably nervous. Again, that's completely fair enough.
If it goes well, I'll have more wood than Solak. I'm kidding. Well, because I will have got kills and...
Oh,
wow,
ramen.
My God.
It's before 9 PM.
Oh my God.
Well, I would have got kills and he drops a lot of logs, magic logs and...
Oh wow. Okay. On that note, Monar's going. We're gonna come back to you and come join you on the couch. Let's come back to you.
Oh, great. Toss it over to me after that. Cheers. One thing I wanted to add with Solak is I know there was quite a few people questioning whether or not Solak or Tree Boss was what we should have gone for, but this is Mod Ramen has, we've taken somebody who's got a kind of great craft of bosses, real craftsman of bosses, and he's really kind of upped his A game, really brought it for this boss, owned it.
Learned from good people over the years.
Yeah, like Mod Cressel and,
You've got Mod Day, you've got Mod Days, you've got Mod Pie, they're all...
Yeah. And we've seen this over the course of a number of sprint reviews. Basically every 2 weeks we get to see the projects that have been made. And this one has just wowed us consistently over it. And that's because Mod Ramen's kind of grown as a boss developer. Yeah. And so come see a good craftsman at his table. It's good.
Let's hope you as well.
But no,
It's not a hope. I think it's safe to say people have been
we're extra confident.
People have been hyped for this, since the very first talks of it, and the very first time I showed it off on the content showcase back in November. So that's how long it's been. It's close to 7 months now. Yeah. Since we talked about RuneFest, but then had a proper little look at it at the content showcase, and since then it's where's Solak? When's Solak releasing? Where's
I know
Solak?
that can be frustrating, that feeling of waiting a while, but we've put that time to good use. It is seen in game. You can see it.
Someone said about Shawnee's shirt. This might be the reaction of players when they take on Solak for the first time. Who knows?
What does it say?
It's Courage from Courage Cali Dog. He's just being.
No idea.
You've never watched? Oh my goodness.
Pal, I had a
He's-
sheltered childhood, I tell you. I played RuneScape all day.
No, yeah, it's just Courage being
great.
scared as per usual. Anyway, we actually, when we end the stream, we're going to be hosting the RS guy because he's actually prepping for Solak's release.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be
wicked.
really cool.
There's a lot of streamers, so a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people doing Solak prep streams. You got I'm Lucas. You got Milad.
Yep.
You got the RS guy. There's a lot of streamers. Go hit them up with follows.
So we'll kind of get ready to wrap up here. So in summary, LootScape at the end of the stream, we're going to be giving out Nature's Band Sword, and if you've already got that, then you have nothing to worry about. Alongside that will be a daily parcel from Parcels from the Hedges. So be sure to keep an eye. Hi.
I know it's a Solak stream, but do you want to quickly address Group Ironman? So obviously people are asking for a big update on Group Ironman. We've got the devlog. The devlog's done its feedback stage. I'm implementing it. But sadly, we've hit a bit of a roadblock in terms of the technical side. We don't know how long Group Ironman's going to be sort of knocked on.
Yeah.
It's
it's
obviously something we know there's a big outcry for, and like if we could do it instantly like that, we would. But we hit a technical roadblock we didn't expect to hit. So we're working on it. We're trying.
That's it. So just more news when we have it, basically.
Yeah, more news when we have it.
I'm glad that we're actually saying something now than keeping it behind and trying to let people assume that, we're
obviously we've been very quiet on it, and I apologise for being quiet on it, but we didn't expect to hit this. So we are trying our best to kind of find out what the delay is going to be, and then we'll get comms out to you as soon as possible. And I do apologise.
No worries. Like I said, I think it's good that we tell people in advance, just so they know what's going on with it. 'Cause obviously, there's an audience for that, so I think it's good.
A lot
to
of people
them.
will be, a bit miffed, but
Yeah.
It's something we are aware of, and we know you want it, so we'll try our best.
Awesome. Okay, as I mentioned as well, you do exclamation mark summer special. If you haven't got the summer special already, that'll give you a link to a page where you can read all about it. The winner of the AngelScape competition, which is for these keyrings here, is Prometheus BC. We'll be in touch with you on Twitch to sort out details to send these out to you. Apart from that, that has been... At the start of the stream, we talked about, our patch week, and then talked about build a backlog, and then came into Solak, had a little bit of fun in game. So thank you for that, Raman, and setting that up.
We'll be messing around all week, so if you
there we go.
see a Solak walking through the game, I'm probably not doing work at work. So if my managers are watching, it'll be all right.
So yeah, apart from that, there's no patch and teasers on Friday. Friday is the day I'm getting married, so there's no patch and teasers there. So I get to be a husband to my beautiful wife, so I'm very hyped for that.
She's not your wife yet.
Well, not my wife yet. Will be. It's fine. It's going to be my wife. So I can't wait for that. And I'm not here on Tuesday for Dev Q&A, but there will still be a Dev Q&A, I presume?
Not planned, but we're going to work on it.
Not planned, we're going to work on it. Okay. So there should be a Dev Q&A, but unfortunately I'm not going to be around for Solak's release, which is a shame.
Yeah.
I'll be back on the Friday after that. So going to be...
Your phone is
amazing.
still trembling in the corner.
We're gonna try and do it. We're gonna try it on release and see what happens. But I have a feeling we'll die a bit. But it's gonna
Yeah,
be
I reckon
fun.
we can do it.
We sold nearly 500 tickets at RuneFest.
So we sold.
We won them.
Yeah. So we are a lot of tickets through the early bird, presume. That's early
Yes.
bird. Okay. So we are getting ever so closer to the end of early bird availability for RuneFest because those tickets are flying by. So yeah, make sure you get them if you haven't already as well. Obviously, RuneFest in October this year, which is awfully exciting as well.
It's so exciting. We're coordinating RuneScape Live at the moment, which is, I cannot underestimate or underline how brilliant it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. And obviously, you can imagine all the presentations and stuff have already started as well. People.
Yeah, you can imagine it.
Yeah, you can imagine it. Yeah.
You can certainly imagine it.
Can't certainly imagine that.
I'm going to miss this for a week and a half, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this, guys, because we're going to get ready to wrap up now. I think we've said everything we can and want to. Apart from that, we'll let you just have fun with Solak on Tuesday. So just have fun. Please, please, please give us all the feedback you can on it, because that'll help Ramen give you the boss that you want. So please let us know about it. Sorry?
If there are bugs, report them through the bug queue system.
Yes.
Rather than posting on Reddit.
Yes, and we will take it from there. But apart from that, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you on Tuesday for Solak. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, you son of a... Oh, was that actually... that was on mic, wasn't it?
Oh my god, it's the best intro stream ever.
That's a very good intro stream.
Oh, jeez.